Hi, Juan. Long time no see.
Hi, hi, Asha. Yeah, you too. Sorry, I'll be shy.
So nice to see all of you.
Okay.
Okay, I think Fixa is coming in. Okay, once Fixa come in, then we can start. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Wait, let me see. Where's Fixa? I just have to include her as my co-host. Okay.
Should we start?
Yeah, we can start now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Samira. I'm really happy and excited that all of you could join us for our first Essential Oil Zoom class. So thank you so much for your support. I'm very excited to have our crossline sister, Ka Aisha, to give a talk on body clock and essential oils. She'll be conducting a total of 5 series of 1 hour talks on essential oils. So do look up for it. Ka Aisha is very passionate in teaching and is very active in teaching classes in Young Living Singapore. She travels very often to Malaysia and Indonesia to teach her oil classes. She's very famous in teaching raindrop classes, and that's how I personally know her. She has a bachelor in management with law, independent financial consultant, and educator background in private sector before she decided to pursue her gift for healing and alternative therapy. She has vast knowledge in holistic therapy using essential oils of more than 8 years. She is certified in Touch 2 for Health and Foundation of Kinesiology, practitioner in holistic massage with fusion of Taban approach and raindrop technique. So before we start, if you have any questions, you can actually type it and we'll answer it at the end of the talk. So I'm going to pass it to Kaisha to give the talk now.
Okay, thank you, Samira, for the introduction. Thanks everybody who is joining us today this afternoon. Okay, we're gonna start with hands-on immediately, and I hope you've prepared some of the everyday oils. Well, I've prepared mine here. So it's the everyday oils that I'm gonna share today. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna start. Normally in my class, I will always start with grounding. So how I'm gonna ground is I'm gonna drop oils, and if you have the oils, peppermint. If you have the oils, you can drop it at your crown. Um, if I can see you, I hope to be able to see you. Or if you have any problem, just raise your hands. My administration will assist you on. Okay, if you can't see me, just let me know on the typing chat notes. I will be able to read. Okay, so when I start the oils, I will introduce. I have someone very special today. She's on what, and she's gonna teach you how to do breathing with essential oils. But before we can even do breathing, I want to actually clear your cognitive side, which is here at your crown. So I'm going to add and drop my peppermint essential oils at my own crown. So if you have your own essential oils, do drop it at the crown, and that's how we start. Okay, so this is my first starting. Dropping oils at the crown is actually meant to clear our cognitive side, where it is a bridge where the left hand side and the right hand side of our brain will be able to cross over, and they can send information, and we can actually learn and activate our logical thinking and creative thinking and movement and motion and all. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to invite my good friend. She's from KL. She's flown from Zoom from KL, Fixa. She's a methodologist. She's a Yominda Sufu Guru. She has actually been doing yoga with breathing for the past 20 years. And let's welcome her. Okay, I'm going to hand over to Fixa now.
Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm still fumbling with all these technologies. I'm trying to make my screen bigger. Okay, let me just see how do I do that. Never mind, because I just see my guys here. If you guys can see me, just raise your hand and say hi. Can you see me? Okay, great. I love it when I can see people, or when people can see me, because I don't feel alone. There were times when I really don't finish a part where I can't even see anybody around me, and they seem to off their video, and I really feel alone. So I don't know whether people are actually watching. So this is actually some part of a training where leader or even a sharer has a bit of motivation when they know that people are around. But then again, I must say, during this time, during this challenging time, we have to count everything as a blessing. And the blessing that I now use more online e-learning as compared to before. So I'm sure that everybody have their own story on what this trial time has got them into something good. And I'm sure that everybody's here is someone who is very positive. Okay, first of all, before I go on and on, because I'm a talker, thank you so much, Aisha, for inviting. And today I only have 10 minutes because I have to jump to another platform.
Oh, do you
Now
say
really parent jump from one place to another, from Singapore to KL. So I think that is a blessing. Don't you think so? Do you think that the trial time that we have now can be changed into a blessing? Can you please just raise your hand? Okay. So now I'm going to share some sort of technique that I like to call grounding as well. So we all know that when we want to ground ourselves, we need to actually come back to the center. So what is come back to the center? Come back to the center is more like a back to basic. In our everyday activities or life, a lot of time people forget that they need to come back to the center or to basic. They always go on and on and on and on. Betul kan? And when you go on and on and on, you don't actually give your body a break that it deserves. And you always give everybody else a break. You always give all kind of excuses for others, but you have never actually, hang on a second, let me just like, Inas, I'm on a meeting, I give you a call. I have to answer that because it is my daughter from Turkey. So, okay. On my hand here, this is a rope. So this rope, you can use your shawl or maybe belt for you. Okay, this is good to actually strengthen your posture. So I call my posture exercise as posture size. So a lot of my posture size, I will use this kind of shall I call it a tool, all right? So why I do this when I want to do my breathing or when I teach breathing is because I want to make sure that my students' posture is straight. A lot of time, people don't have a good posture or not. Okay, anyone here who knows how to breathe and who thinks that their posture is good? Confidently, you can raise your hand, and there's no right or wrong. It's fine if you think that you don't have a good posture. Let me just have a look. Okay, anyone here got good posture? Okay, I'm sure that some of you do have good posture, especially if you are practicing yoga. But in my case, even if you don't practice yoga, I will insist for you to have a good posture first before you start the breathing technique that I am going to teach you. Okay, when you are doing breathing, do you use your nose or do you use your nose and mouth? Can you just like quickly put it into the chat? Do you use nose and mouth or do you use nose only? All right, some people say nose and mouth, some people say nose, nose, nose in, mouth out. Okay, nose and mouth, nose, right? Okay, so a lot of you have said nose and mouth, and some of you have said nose as well. Anybody actually breathe through another hole? Anybody? Maybe have got some alien ke mana tahu, you know, got some lubang somewhere. But anyway, yes, that's the thing that we all breathe either through nose or mouth or nose and mouth, or sometimes mouth because you have a problem with your respiratory system and whatnot. Okay, the answer is in the beginning you need to use nose for in and out, right? Why I said nose is that's the reason why mouth is actually only for eating. If at all in doubt, do not use mouth if you want to heal your body. Meaning to say that it is not wrong if you do this. It is fine. It's not that you're doing anything wrong, but the effectiveness is lesser if you want to use breathing for your healing purposes. So remember that what I'm going to teach you today is for healing purposes. Okay, I only have about 5 minutes right now. So what I want you to do is straighten your body. So when you try to strengthen your body, I want you to put your hands up on the air, if everybody can do for me. So when you are in this position, you are making sure that your whole backbone at the back there is straight up. So this is very easy to do because it definitely will make sure that your whole body is straight up, right? So you also feel like you are stretched. And sometimes you may feel pain, which is normal. So meaning to say that your body now is trying to tell you that you don't use your back that often, so therefore a lot of tulang is not being used, all right? So once you are there, I want you to put your hands gently down on your lap. So now, at home, after this, please use this kind of tali and bring it up, okay? And what you do, you actually press it left and right. So therefore, you have like kind of a pressure on top of your head there. You see, some of you may not be able to put your hands very near your ear because there's pain. Okay, you cannot love me because you know I've seen thousands of students who actually finding it difficult to put the ear near the arms, so they are actually like this. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that as you go along, you try to press it together. So that's why you use this. So your tulang are all going to be good and nice. All right. So once you feel that you are really on a straight line, so now we are doing it sitting down. Put your hands on your lap. Okay, so I assume that everything is straight. And if you feel that it's not straight, put your hands up again, and then put your hands here. Okay, now it is called belly breathing. So you are going to use your belly. That means your perut and your diaphragm here, your tulang rusuk, and your chest, and your nose. That's it. Don't use your shoulder, don't use your head, don't use your fingers, don't use any other thing. Focus and just use the anatomy that I told you just now. All right. So now, what I want you to do is imagine the balloon. Balloon, when you want to put air into it, it will grow big like that. Correct. And then when you take out the air, the balloon will go like this. So imagine your stomach as the balloon. So put your hands now on your stomach. Take a deep breath through your mouth. Sorry, salah. Not mouth, nose. Take a deep breath through your nose. Inhale. So when you're actually filling in the balloon, so everything will go bigger. Your lung, because you have air inside it, it will grow bigger. And your body will move on its own. So that is the correct way. Do not breathe like this. That is not. You are not a fish. Okay? You are human. So therefore, close your mouth. And don't do this. Inhale. Ada gaya pula. Exhale. Jatuh. Sendiri buat. Inhale. Don't know what gaya. Inhale. Selfie gaya. No gaya-gaya. You are to be sitting down like pengantin. Alright? So now, take a deep at the count of 4. Right. Tarik nafas. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then pause for 2. Right. 1, 2, maybe tahan nafas. And then when you exhale, don't open your mouth. You exhale as, okay, don't follow me because I kena cakap. And exhale. Count of 4 or longer if you are well versed in this. Alright, so the count will be, if you are new, will be 4, 2, 4, 2. 4 inhale, 2 you kena tahan nafas, pause, and 4 exhale out through your nose again, and then 2 you tahan nafas again. And basically that as you go along, you will find that your inhale will be longer, your exhale will be longer. So I just want to make it simple, so that's why I do it 4, 2, 4, 2 rather than 5, 2, 3, 2. Then you like, apa ni combination lock ke, you know. So better 4, 2, 4, 2. Senang kira, alright. So let's do it together. Inhale. 4, and then stop 2. Exhale. 4, and then stop 2. So at the whole of the journey you are going to do with Aisha, try to breathe like this as you go along, and then you'll find that when your inhalation with the essential oil will become very good and dandy, and actually the essential oil will actually smell nicer. It's like you're in heaven. It's stronger, and you just need to use a little bit for the bau to come out, because your aura, when you're doing this, is actually you're cleansing your aura. So you are actually in a good mode, and especially now that the essential oil is surrounding you, and you are in a place where things are, I like to use this word, happiness, kindness, and what kind of not. So breathing will actually activate all those things. Okay, Aisha, I need to jump to another meeting. Thank you so much for being with me. My name is Fiza Nicole. I forgot just now to introduce myself. I think because so excited to share, and there are so many things I want to share with you, and I hope that I can come and share again when I have more time. And do visit me in my Insta, Fiza Nicole Official. Okay, bye. Thanks so much.
You, Fiza. Thank you so much. Yes, and then we'll see her again. Don't worry. We'll really see her again in the upcoming session because we have a 5 series session.
All right. Sorry, Ansha. I hope I'm not taking that long. You know how am I when I'm talking. Bye.
Awesome. Bye. Okay. Right. Right now it's my turn. Okay, so she has opened, my friend Fixa, she has already opened up your lungs and chest. So I'm gonna really start. So what we did just now earlier is to drop oils at your crown. Okay, so now for those who have not dropped the oils at the crown, you can do so by dropping. Okay, second way of using oils is by dropping it at your palm. Okay, how do you make sure that you get the oils activated? Is by dropping it 45 degree, right? Find one hole. There's only one hole in the bottle, so look for the 45. Tilt it 45 degree. Yes, it will drop. And do an anti-clockwise 3-time motion. Okay, and then do a clockwise motion. Okay, and then normally for me, I'll do it for comprehensive, from the whole body to receive the oils. So I actually make sure that all my fingers receive the oils too. The top, the bottom, and the wrist. Okay, so once I have oils on my whole palm, I'm going to start inhaling. So we're gonna use the method that Sufu Fixa Nicole actually shared just now. So inhale 4 seconds, hold 2 seconds, exhale 4 seconds. Okay. So I'm gonna start.
Yeah.
No.
Kita nampak umi kan?
Okay, the other nose.
Tak.
Okay. Sure tak nampak umi.
Okay. So what oil am I using? I'm actually using peppermint. Okay, peppermint essential oil. That is the starter kit that actually I'm using today. So I'm going to share first on where to place the oils. So first for me is to clear here. That's number one. Second is to inhale the oils and make sure the whole part of the body is receiving it. So do the motion that I teach you earlier. Next is to know where to use the essential oils. Okay, from the starter kit. So I'm just going to share everything in the starter kit. Okay, so and later on after this, I'm going to share about the timing when to use the oils. So we're going to just share about 2 parts today. One is where you're going to apply your essential oils in the starter kit. Second is when you're going to use the oils in the starter kit. Okay, so I've started with peppermint already. Next is lemon. Okay, how do I use lemon? What is the benefit of lemon? Okay, lemon is normally used for the leaky gut, which I'm going to share deeper on the second day, where I'm going to talk more about the purpose of it and why is it so important to take care of our leaky gut and liver. But for today, it's more on sharing how do you use your lemon. And for our Young Living, we actually have the oils that is called Vitality or Plus. In Singapore, it's called Plus, where you can actually consume it. Frankly, these two are the same oils, but they are just using different labels. Okay, but they are both lemon. So lemon, how do I use it? Okay, the purpose of lemon for me, I love it because I would actually also drop it out. Okay, and I will also inhale it. 3 times anti-clockwise, 3 times clockwise. Pull all your fingers. Top, bottom, wrist, and inhale. Okay, normally for me, when I inhale, I close one nose, breathe for a second, hold 2 seconds, release for a second, hold the other nose, breathe in for a second, hold 2 seconds, release 4 seconds, and then after that, both nose, breathe in for a second, hold 2 seconds, release for a second. Okay, let's go and start. Okay, since just now, Shifu Fixa have already explained how do you open your chest and lungs, we're going to proceed next. Okay, lemon, the best place to apply is, for me, it's more because it's like plus oil. So I actually use it for drinking, which I'm going to share in the next slide. Okay, but where is it best? Apply at the liver. Okay, apply and hold it at the kidney. Okay, and also you can apply here. Frankly, this part where we have our bone there, it's a kidney area. So to actually apply the oils is when you have the oils in there, you can actually do a 2-finger kidney and you can actually just twitch it. Okay, so that's one of the place when, especially when you're nervous, you can actually apply the oils there. Okay, so next oil. I have to be really fast because I only have 3 minutes to share, but I'm going to share deeper tomorrow for leaky gut. Okay, next oil is thieves. Okay, thieves are really helpful for antibiotic antibacterial. So where do I normally apply this? This is a hot oil. So I normally will usually dilute it with B6, but I will apply it normally at the feet. Okay, so feet area, when I apply it, I'll drop the oils at the side of the feet, the spine there. So here, so I'll drop it all here, and I'll rub my feet. So this is a demo for hand, okay? Rub the feet first, both feet together, and then rub upwards, okay? And then rub at the sides, okay, where your feet are. And the last part is to rub at the bottom. Okay, that's how I do feet rub. Okay, next oil I'm going to share is the Digest. Okay, Digest to me is 50-50 because it has ginger, which is a hot oil, and also it has some combination that is fine. But best this is to apply at the navel because it's good for digestive system. So when you drop it also, you have to apply it accordingly, like drop, and then activate it anti-clockwise 3 times, clockwise 3 times, apply the other hand. Okay, and then you apply it at the navel by holding it, or you just use your index finger and then you hold it. You just need to rub it there at your navel. It's best at the navel there. Okay, next oil is purification. Okay, purification is one that helps your respiratory. So how do you use purification? Mostly for me, it's you drop the oils at the palm. Okay, and then activate it. Okay, release all your fingers on receiving it. Okay, top and bottom, wrist, and you inhale purification. But for kids, normally if they find purification hot, because it's also 50-50 to me. Why? Because they have lemongrass, which is a hot oil. So I'll encourage them to actually put it also at the navel. Why navel? Because navel is the one that's very close to our lungs. So when you apply oil at the navel, the oils will actually rise up and reach your lungs area. So it will help to clear any way of impurities in your lungs and your heart, and it will ease you. Also in purification, it helps to me while sleeping. It's really good to diffuse purification. I had my nephew who would fall asleep with purification and not any other oils. That's why he selectively will use it. Okay, next oil. RC. Okay, it's one of the common, it's similar to purification. And the way to use it is also the same. Drop it, activate it, release it, and it's also best to apply at the navel because it's one of the respiratory oils also. It helps to clear the lungs, especially for those who want to sleep with RC. It's really good to use it also. It has lemon in there. So hence it's, some kids find eucalyptus because there's eucalyptus. Some kids find eucalyptus hot. Some kids can tolerate eucalyptus. So it's just how you dilute it when you're using it for kids. Always have B6 for me. I always have my carrier oil with me. I'll drop it first and then I'll drop RC and then I can put directly at the lungs area and the heart area and chest area. No worries about it. Okay. Next. I'm gonna take up. Okay. Panaway. Okay. Panaway is one of the oils that helps with pain. There's a content, it's a blend, there's a content called wintergreen in there. And wintergreen is also a hot oil. So it's a 50-50 hot kind of element in this. So you still have to apply this at the feet. But if you really need to apply it at your chest area or at a place where you really need assistance, right? So do have it with a carrier oil and apply it at the places where you want to apply. But for adults, it's really no worries because I had a person who actually shared that Panaway helped them to ease like there's a massager kind of biting at the shoulder area when you want to release the burden on the shoulder. I normally will apply it at the shoulder. So when I apply it at the shoulder, where my oils are there, I will actually hold it at the neck area and the shoulder area for Panaway. Okay. Next, lavender. Okay, lavender it's really common for everybody to use it for sleep and rest. But I normally use lavender not just for that, but it will help you with calming the whole system and everything. So where you're gonna apply your lavender is also for me when you want to rest for the night. Okay, it's really good for resting. Activate oils and everything, and then you can actually hold it and drop it, hold it at your heart area, especially for those who have heart palpitation, anxiety, things that you need to calm yourself down. So immediately hold it at your heart area on the left side, and then that will help for you to cool down besides inhalation. So you can inhale lavender, no worries about it. Okay. Next oil. Frankincense. Okay, frankincense is one of the most common oil that a lot of people love using because this oil is helping you with blood. But for me, it's just not a blood. I do use it for pain relief as similar to Panaway. So normally I would combine both together, or I would combine these three together. Yeah. For a good relieving of body pain, and you can have a good sleep with this three combination. So frankincense, normally I also use it for respiratory because it does help for respiratory also and immune system. When you applied it, you can apply it at a navel, you can apply it at the chest area. Like for me, I don't find frankincense a hot oil. But when it enters into our body, it will produce a heaty sensation in there. Yeah, so that's how you're gonna start feeling heaty. But don't panic because it's a normal reaction for the body to feel when they receive frankincense. Okay, next thing is actually copaiba. Copaiba for me is one that I use it for a lot of usages. It's one of my favorite oils. It's something that I don't live without. This is in the plus segment where you can actually consume. I didn't have the bottle of plus segment actually, but Digest, there's also a plus segment. Lemon Thieves, there's also a plus segment. Okay, and you can actually consume copaiba. But for me, this is one of those oils that I would love to apply the rest of the body because I wouldn't know where the body is inflamed. So I would have a carrier oil, but this is not a V6 carrier oil because this carrier is very plain. I would always use a Body Ease carrier oil that will actually combine it with copaiba because it is a magnifier. It will magnify, and then you can apply it the rest of the body. Okay. So for an overall, after bathing, you want to have a good, soothing, relaxing thing before you sleep, and especially to calm your kids down. It's really good to use the combination of Body Ease and copaiba. Okay. Next. I've shared with you all the oils. Now let me share with you on the drinking mode. Yep, you can use it for the whole body, but of course, essential oil, sometimes you don't find that it is something that you can stretch it, like use it for whole body. So for me, if you want to stretch it to the whole body, it's really good to use it with a carrier oil. So I use a carrier oil called Body Ease. They have it in outside of the starter kit. You can just buy a separate carrier oil. Yeah. Carrier oil is an oil, it's a blend oil or a combination of all that. It's a base oil actually. Okay, it's like a base oil of coconut oil. It's like base oil of grapeseed. It's all those base oil. They actually help the oils, the essential oil that you use. For some of them, that's really very careful about essential oil. You really need to make sure you slow down the penetration process for the whole skin, for those who have very sensitive skin. So that's why you do need a base oil, which is called a carrier oil, to help. And for me, copaiba is an essential oil. I know you can't be dropping 5 drops of essential oil throughout your body because you can finish the whole bottle by the end of the day if you couldn't use all. So it's really good to have a carrier oil which Young Living have, and it's called Body Ease. And that will allow you to apply it after every shower, and you can apply it on your babies, you can apply it on your kids way before they sleep, so they're going to have a really nice rest. Okay. Let's look at the oils for drinking. Okay, so why do we use oils for drinking? So one most important thing that you really need to, we use oils for drinking because we need our body to really do detoxification process. A lot of time when you use a lot of health-free products and from other companies even so, you really need to understand, you will also always share about detox and cleanse. And the way to use it with essential oil for detox and cleanse is to take on the plus oils for detox. Here are some of those, but of course the label that I have it here is not having plus, but it's just on the labeling mode, but they are the same oils that is put there. So I would always, when I start about 8 years ago using essential oil, my first oil that I really use is actually lemon. So I understand about acidity where I wanted to alkaline my body the whole time, and I drink lemon oil every time 24/7, like into a glass bottle at home. I put water in a fridge, I put lemon essential oil in the bottle, and I drink it 24/7, which I know whenever you drink tea or coffee, you really need to kind of wash off your tea or coffee because it's a caffeine. But when I have essential oils in my water, it means that I'm putting minerals inside my drink. So that is the process where I do not have to repeat in flushing off whatever that I'm drinking. Okay, so what am I drinking normally? I actually started with drinking lemon 24/7 a day. That's actually my season. The second part that I eat is actually to also drink peppermint at times, sometimes to clear the stomach and all. Okay, I'm going to share details tomorrow on that. If you have any questions on the detox and drinking, we can talk more tomorrow. Okay, let me share. The most important part is actually about body clock. Okay, that's the most important part. All right. Our body clock started 7 a.m. in the morning. Okay, where you're going to have, when you wake up early in the morning, what happened was our body is going to have so many impurities inside. So what would you do early in the morning when you wake up? You want to drink water, or what is going on in the body? Okay, What happened last night when you wake up, when you sleep between 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Okay, they are actually doing the cleansing part, the detoxification part. They were detoxing the liver, they were detoxing the lungs and cleansing the lungs, because these are two most important things that we are doing when we sleep. The body is helping us to do cleansing our liver, which is creating, regenerating new blood cells, and also cleansing our lungs. So what happened that when we wake up in the morning, our whole system, like the lung system, the liver system, the kidney system, they are all full. They need to be disposed. So naturally, when you wake up in the morning, you will go to the toilet to use your bowel. But what happened with the mouth area when you wake up, where all the impurities are there? So a lot of time we actually have this habit to clean everything up and detox. So normally we can do a gargle, like everybody starts with a teeth mouthwash, which we have. But for some of them who don't have all that, we actually start a habit of using coconut oil that we can actually gargle before the start of the day, and then after you have to spit it out. You can't swallow it, because that's the first sip that we are having early in the morning. Okay, so 7 to 11 a.m. is the best time for you to have breakfast, right? So that's where you know you're
What
gonna,
do you call
you're gonna
bear
use
in Malay?
oils, okay?
What do you call bear
You're gonna
in
use
Malay?
your essential oils there. So you're gonna apply your lemon at 7 to 11 a.m. Okay, if you look at the chart, we are actually having colors. Essential oil with these colors is very important. You have to observe it, because they are actually also indicating body parts and also all colors, so that you know how or where the body parts are and the colors of the bottles that you need to use it whenever you need to use it. Okay, so after you have a very good breakfast, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., then next is where your body is already in a state where you're doing the whole digestion process, where your stomach is at rest. Okay, why do I introduce this lemon early in the beginning? Whenever you start, you apply lemon at your stomach, or you apply your lemon at your gut area, or you drop your lemon directly under your tongue or at your tongue. Why? Because our system is actually acidic, and when we are preparing for food, our body already produces dihydrochloric acid in our system. So we can actually also drop the lemon plus directly under our tongue, at our tongue, applied at the gut area, applied at the esophagus side, the whole neck if you want to, because that will ease and open up the whole canal where where you are taking your food, and it will be easier for you to swallow it whenever you want to. So it's like preparation before taking your food. Okay, then after that, well, while the food is digesting, sometimes the body will naturally have um, inflammation, and that's where for me, I will actually have copaiba in my drink when I'm eating. So or have it right near me, so that whenever we actually have situation where we have kind of choke, also we can actually have certain oils to stand by with us that will ease us. Like for me, sometimes peppermint is good, lavender is good, that they actually will ease us. So way before food, you can actually apply all those oils if you want to. But commonly for me, some people will just want to be easy, just apply one oil for lemon, it's fine. Okay, so next time, so 11 to 3 p.m., what happened there is actually where the body is going through process of the small intestine is absorbing the food, and then that's where they're going to encounter a lot of inflammation. So if they encounter a lot of inflammation, you will make sure that you have an oil that will battle it, which is supporting the system at the same time. So you wouldn't want your system to have that, have the no support system. So you really need to look at that in that manner. Next one is 3 to 7 p.m. What is happening there is normally we are preparing for baby naps. So it's really good to look at the purple side, where when we're doing naps, napping is really good because it really helps to do body repair, and it does help to look after in terms of it's allergies and it's a very good antihistamine. So when you look at the purple color, you also think about the purple oil, which is lavender in the starter kit, and you use it. We're going to talk more on that note. The next part is during dinner time. what happened is we normally prepare to have dinner before 7. Why is it before 7? Is body works best at 7 a.m. for breakfast. That's where they are highly efficient. But at 7 p.m., the body, the stomach is not working at its efficient level, even though it's dinner time. So that's why they say that during dinner time, it's good to have light dinner, like to have soup or to have drink, kind of foodie. Or if you want to start, you can actually start your dinner at 6 p.m. or 6:30. That would be the right time to start, so that by 7, the stomach will not be compensated with the work that it needs to do in terms of breaking down the food that we had our dinner way earlier. And you can also use all, like for me, it's good to use RC, because RC helps to open up oxygen and helps the heart, supporting the heart at the same time. Purification is also good. Digest is also good to apply during that time. Okay, and then way before sleep, it's good like before 11 p.m. Where your body should be in a sound sleep zone, where your body will start to go through another process where the organs of gallbladder is going to start working soon. But before we're going to assist, before that we really need to assist like 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. organs is going to work for us while we are sleeping. So do use oils like digest, frankincense, lemon, citrus fresh if you have. Some people still need lavender at 11 p.m. It's still fine. Some people who normally have a lot of inflammation in the body, they still need copaiba. It's still fine to apply it like 11 p.m. Like a lot of us, we love to use stress away. Yeah, stress away is an oil that I use for rest, for sleeping time, for diffusing, because it's such a nice scent. It has vanilla in there. It makes the room so aromatic. It creates a mood for the room. So stress away is one of those that people may choose for diffusing, or like I said just now, purification is really good because it helps with the respiratory time where the body is detoxing the lungs, so it helps with that. Or you can also diffuse RC. Okay. Essential oil, primarily for our way of using essential oil, we actually use it in 3 important methods. One method that I showed you just now is through application, where to drop the oils, how to drop it, how to apply it. That's why I've already taught you just now. So I'm focusing a lot on application, because even on application, there's so many to share. So I really have to zoom on applications. On top of that, just now I did share with you that oils can be used for ingestion, and especially oils like citrus with a plus, it can be ingested. And the last thing that you use oils is also for inhalation, that I've introduced my friend Fixa, who is actually a pathologist, that she helped with teaching you how to breathe correctly, so that you're able to even make the oils to enter into your body into a more efficient way. Okay, so with this sharing of this body clock, I actually have finished introducing the whole essential oils that are in the starter kit, and I didn't put peppermint last. Okay, peppermint is something for me. A lot of elderly, they love to use peppermint before sleep, even if it's not in the coloring that I showed there. But a lot of people love, elderly love, because they normally will have bone, and they will normally will have all those aches and pains. So they would use Panaway at night before they sleep. And as I mentioned, please use it with a carrier oil. So we actually use it with body ease, like the one that I shared just now. You use copaiba with that. You can also use it as that. Okay. All right. So I have finished my sharing on my content, but I'm just opening to Q&A now. We can unmute. I think my administrator can have a voice there, because I may not be able to read what's happening. So it's good that we can have a floor there. Okay, let's look at the question. Oh, okay. Just now somebody asked about how to use something of
Jangan kayak gitu dong, Jo.
like you drink 1 drop of lemon is to how many ml? Okay, normally we'll take 1 drop of lemon, drop 1 drop of lemon in a glass with a 200 ml cup. So every 200 ml is equivalent to 1 drop. So if your bottle have got 800 ml, so that's about lemon. Okay. Can help you yourself for those who's listening. Okay. Any other questions? Let me see. Okay, how do you know the oils are good at what time? Okay, I've already mentioned that if you look at the time clock, which is talking about the main timing of where our body system is working at that time, at that place. So if you have the oils, and for me, I created this diagram is for you to know that oils with the color and timing, so it's easy for you to follow when to use the oils. Okay.
Hi, Aziza here. Can I check with you what's the oil that you use to mix with frankincense?
Okay, what are the oils I use to mix? Okay, I actually use, okay, does anyone have a picture of Body Ease to show to the group? Because I use a carrier oil called Body Ease, but because my bottle is in this form.
I see, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if
Can you use coconut oil also?
you can use coconut oil with Panaway, coconut oil with frankincense. Yes, you can do that. Olive oil, yeah, no worries about it. Okay, is it necessary to follow the flow of the oils? Okay, example, first peppermint followed by, okay. Why I actually shared this time clock and why we have to follow it, for me, a lot of otai lah, if they use essential oils, they would normally say that if you want to use an essential oil, you have to actually listen to your body, okay? Because by listening to your body, you will know what oils you specifically need. Like for example, sometimes after a lunch, okay, some people would normally feel nauseatic after lunch, okay? And then it's not within the time frame that I've created here, and you will need it, right? So you will, some people will just take peppermint, and then, because for me, peppermint is one of those oils that is my self-management oil. Whenever you have a headache, I'll apply it. Whenever it's stomach ache, I'll apply it. So it's actually a go-to oil. Or in menstrual pain, they also got it. So you don't really have to follow the timing. You have to follow what your body tell you. To me, that's the most important clock, to understand what your body tell you. And then for a starter who doesn't know of the system using essential oils, you can start it with the time frame that I've created for you here in this body clock. Okay. If we do not have digest, what else can we use? Okay, you can still use lemon. You can still use peppermint plus. You can still use ginger if you have. You can still use purification if you have, or even lavender. So any oils that you use, it can actually help you to ease the situation that you're at. Because the most important when you're using essential oil is not using the right essential oils. It's actually having the right intention for the oils. Because when you use oil, you normally will set an intention why you're using the oil. So it doesn't matter sometimes to use the right kind of oils for your body. It's actually to know what your body needs, and then also to set the right intention. That's most important, yeah?
I have a question.
Yes.
Just combine peppermint with another 2 oils. Can't
Yes.
remember what was the 2 oils.
Just now, is it?
Yeah.
Peppermint.
No, it was Panaway. Panaway with another 2 oils.
That's normally I combine it with frankincense and copaiba. Okay? These 3 are very powerful for pain relief. Seriously, this one, you use too much already, body have no reaction, it's good to introduce another oils, or another oil to actually help ease the body. And some of my group, they love to do blends for themselves. So they will actually put a carrier oil like Body Ease or B6 or coconut oil, and then they will have these 3 oils in there, and then they will put it in, and then they will create a roller version, okay? And then they'll put all inside, and then they will roll, and then everywhere they like. Yeah, that's normally what they do. Did I not attend to any other questions? Sequencing, okay. Sequencing is something for me, for those first timer, you can look at sequencing. For me, I don't really need to remember what alls to do first or second or third, but I always remember what alls to use last. Okay, and for me, my last two alls normally I would apply lemon, lavender, whatever, but at the end of the day, I will always apply peppermint last. Why? Because peppermint is the lightest oil of essential oil, and it actually can push the rest of the oils into the body or into the cells where it will enter way down to the core. Okay. Second, I will also apply copaiba because it is a magnifier. So it does help to magnify the usages of the oils that you've used and layered way earlier. So what we're doing when we're using application is we're doing layering after layering after layering after layering. So it's really not really too much because most of the essential oil, they take about 90 seconds to enter to the rest of parts of the body, and it does only stay in our system for about 20 minutes. So it's not like you're gonna hold it for hours and days, no. And if the oils that we use, it can be any kind of oils, it will always have covering these 4 important properties. It will normally do for you detox, cleanse, restore, and repair. So it depends that sometimes even on a Panaway oil that you want to use it for relieving of pain, sometimes even Panaway can help you with certain detox properties, like you start burping and all. So those are actually the reactions of cleansing and detoxing for your system. Okay, we are really finishing up with almost 3. Any other questions before I close it for today? Okay, okay, that will be the last question. What is the maximum number of oils to use in a time? Okay, it really depends on your body capacity, frankly. And for us in Young Living, we do have a massage technique called raindrop massage. And I've been doing raindrop massage for the past 8 years or so, helping others to ease their body and doing rebalancing and realignment. So in raindrop massage, there's about 9 essential oils in there, and 2 carrier oils, about 11 different types. And we do like 3 drops left leg, 3 drops on the right leg, and then we do it 3 drops at the spine. So if we look at one type of oil, we are using like 9 oils in the body, and we are layering it. So at the end of the day, 9 multiplied by the 11, it could be like about 99 drops of essential oil into our body. Okay, that will really not be too much, because what happens when you use overflow of essential oils, it will do one. It will actually open up your storage where your body cells were able to store the excess essential oil that's required for your body to use all the oils on their different timings according to the body system and on their need. So it's really not really too much, because for me, our body is really very advanced. They do know how to do storage for themselves. So if you think 99 drops is too much, then what is your 2-3 drops or 5 drops per hour when you really need it, when you have the symptom where you need to support the system more on to make sure that the body will be able to have enough antibodies or to help the body to get well. So that will be something that you can look at on that note. Okay, all right. So let me end off by saying that no matter how small your project or big your project is, it's still good to start with a small step, with 1 oil at a time, not to layer too many oils. If you're very careful about it, please use a carrier oil, very importantly, and then you will enjoy the beauty of the essential oils. I will talk more on like allergies and the effects of cleansing and detox on the next week, where we talk about it later on in maybe the 3rd session or the 4th session or so. So do stay tuned and come back for my next session, which is on Wednesday. So same time for you, for ladies. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to hand over to Samira for her to close. Okay, Sam, let's close off for everybody. If you still have questions, you can give us a beep on WhatsApp, or and then we can actually also, before you enter the class, you can still. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate, and really nice to see all of you here. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, it's really nice to see everybody. You're welcome. You're welcome. So we'll see you when we see you next session. Bye. You're welcome. Really. We'll see you next this Wednesday. For those who have questions, you can just give me a WhatsApp. Yeah. So okay.